Welcome to the channel Maths for Graduates. Today we are going to prove necessary and sufficient condition for Riemann integrability of a function. So let's start. Suppose we have some function bounded on closed interval AB, okay, and we have to check whether this function is Riemann integrable or not. So for the verification of integrability of function, we have a condition here that for given positive epsilon, you will find partition P such that difference of upper Riemann sum and lower Riemann sum is less than this epsilon. Okay, now let's start proving this theorem. Since it is necessary and sufficient condition, that means we have to prove in both direction. First I'll assume given function fx is Riemann integral, then we'll prove that UPF minus LPF is less than epsilon. Okay, after proving this, we'll prove in reverse direction that if UPF minus LPF is less than epsilon, then fx is Riemann integrable. Okay, so let's start proving in this direction first. We are given here fx is Riemann integrable and we have to show that UPF minus LPF is less than epsilon. Okay, since it is given that function is Riemann integrable, that means from the condition of integrability, upper Riemann integral will be equals to lower Riemann integral, and this equals to integration a to b f dx. Okay, and suppose this all equals to some value capital I. Okay, and we know that from Darboux theorem UPF is less than upper Riemann integral plus some positive value, suppose that positive value is epsilon over 2. Okay, and LPF is greater than lower Riemann integral minus some positive value epsilon over 2. Okay, since upper Riemann integral and lower Riemann integral both are equals to I, so this term can be replaced by I and this term can also be replaced by I. Okay, so on replacing we have UPF less than I plus epsilon over 2, LPF greater than I minus epsilon over 2. Okay, now suppose this equation number 1. Now to make this inequality sign as same as in equation number 1, I am going to multiply this equation by minus 1. Okay, so on multiplying we have minus LPF less than minus I plus epsilon over 2. Okay, now suppose this equation number is equation number 2. Okay, so now adding equation number 1 and equation number 2. Okay, so on adding we have UPF minus LPF, this is less than I plus epsilon over 2 minus I plus epsilon over 2. Okay, so this I and minus I cancel out. Now we are left with epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2, this equals to epsilon. Okay, that means UPF minus LPF is less than this epsilon. Okay, so this is the relation that we have to prove. Now let's prove in reverse direction. It is given that fx holds this relation. Okay, then we have to prove that fx is Riemann integrable. Okay, that means we have to show that upper Riemann integral is equals to lower Riemann integral. Okay, so let's prove. We know that upper Riemann integral will be less than upper Riemann sum UPF, because upper Riemann integral is infimum of upper Riemann sum, so it will be minimum among other upper Riemann sum. Okay, and lower Riemann integral, this will be greater than lower Riemann sum LPF. Okay, because lower Riemann integral is supremum of lower Riemann sum. Okay, suppose this equation is equation number 3. Okay, now multiplying minus 1 to this equation to make this inequality as same as equation number 3. Okay, so on multiplying we have minus lower Riemann integral is less than equals to minus LPF. Okay, now suppose this equation is equation number 4. Okay, now adding equation number 3 and equation number 4, so on adding we have upper Riemann integral minus lower Riemann integral, this is less than equals to UPF minus LPF. Okay, now this term is less than epsilon. Okay, so replacing this term with epsilon, on replacing we have upper Riemann integral minus lower Riemann integral, this is less than epsilon. Okay, now choice of epsilon is up to us. We can make epsilon as small as possible. Okay, so when this epsilon tends towards 0, then upper Riemann integral becomes equals to the lower Riemann integral. Okay, hence fx is Riemann integrable, hence f of x is Riemann integrable. Okay, so the proof of the given theorem ends here. If you have really learned something from this video, then show your support by subscribing channel and also press the bell icon. Thank you, thanks for watching.